Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do Adele's makeup. As you can see, I've already done one eye over this side, and I'm just going to walk you through how we did that. So the first thing I used was a paint over the mobile lid, and I used Sublime Nature by MAC. So just applying that to the brush, closing your eye and just taking it up slightly on an angle to meet the outside corner of the brow, and then just bringing it around. I'm just going to powder that now with a Napoleon eyeshadow, and it's number 7. So I'm just going to lightly powder mostly above that, and with the mobile lid I'm going to powder that down with MAC MAC. I'm going to powder that down with MAC pigment in Vanilla. So just pressing it lightly into the eye, remembering not to move it across the skin too much or you will drop too much product. So now I'm just going to slightly contour the outside corner with Napoleon number 33. So just with the eye open, I'm just going to take that corner slightly up towards the outside of the brow and just bring that around. So you can see we're not really doing too much colour here. I'm just going to blend that through with a larger brush. We're not doing too much colour here, and we just lightly want to shade that brow bone. So this look is really about the lashes. The eyes kept really simple, minimal, and the lashes are quite heavy. I've actually used 2 sets here, a full set and half set. Okay, so now we're going to do a fairly dramatic black eyeliner, and I've showed you how to do that in the pin-up tutorial. This one's a little on the thicker side. So just closing the eye, I like to start in the center, taking it almost to the end, coming back into the inside because we don't have as much product on the brush. If you end up with too much product, then you can make a bit of a mess in there. And just starting to thicken it right up. Because we have quite heavy lashes here, we can afford to have quite a strong black line, because once the lashes are on, and I'm just going to bring the brush around and just start to come back. It's pretty much in a straight line. Underneath the eye, I'm just going to use a dark brown pencil. I'm using the Ben 9 dark brown here. It's in Espresso. So I just want to define about 2/3 of the way along, and I'm just going to use my bullet brush just to blend that through. There we go. And now my concealer brush, just to soften that out a little. And I'm just going to lightly go over the inside eye just with a creamy concealer. Now we're just going to mascara our lashes now, and just giving it a couple of coats, really wiggling it when it comes into the lash line. I'm not going to worry about curling my eyelashes here, but you could if you wanted to, just because the line is so thick and I'm putting 2 sets of eyelashes on. It's better initially if they're a little straighter, otherwise I won't be able to get the lashes in there. So I'm just going to define my cheekbone now, and I'm using a Ben 9 cream shadow. So I'm just going to feel for the bone there and just run some of that cream shadow underneath and up into the hairline, and just blending that through. So you can start to see how it just defines the cheekbone. And I'm going to use an Apollyon cream blush in Nikki's Rose, just a little bit on the apple, and just blend the two of those out. It's really important once you've done a cream to powder it down. So I'm just going to lightly powder that down, and I'm using the High Definition powder by Makeup Forever. I'm just going to give the rest a light powder. I've pre-done the foundation before we started today, just so that you didn't have to sit through that. I'm sure you can all put that on. And I'm just going to intensify the colour a little bit. So on the apples of the cheeks there, I'm just using Blush Baby by MAC. And I'm just using on the cheekbone to define, I'm using MAC's Matte Bronzer. And just taking it up into the hairline there. Making sure that both sides are even. And now with our duo fibre brush, just blending them through. I'm just going to use a highlight now, just to lightly highlight the top cheekbone, and just run a little bit down the nose. So the highlight I'm using is Crayola Glamour Glow in the Natural Tan. I'm going to just apply, I'm just going to stop and apply my eyelashes, and I'll be back to do the lips. So I've applied the eyelashes that I talked about, and I've used two sets. I've used a full set and a half set just in the outside edge, just to thicken them up. And now we're just going to do the lips. So I'm using the 909 pencil from Crayola, and it's just a really pretty orangey red colour. So I'm just starting in the Cupid's bow. And at the base of the lip. I want to slightly round out the edges of the lips so that they're a little fuller. And I'm just going to start in the corner. And just sort of round that out a little. Same on the outside edges. And now I'm just going to fill in the entire lip. Okay, so I've just slightly rounded on the outside edges, and that just gives me a fuller lip line. Now I'm going to use the lipstick, and this is the Nectarine by Estee Lauder, and it's just a reddy orange colour. It's just going to complement the pencil well. Give it a little bit of moisture, but not too much shine, because I don't want it to be too shiny. I'll be sure to add a link of all the products, I'll be sure to add a note of all of the products that I've used in the Dropbox today, and a link to that excellent website that I told you about, Lash Republic. I hope you've enjoyed my Adele hair and makeup. Thanks.